All right. Let's cue the intro. Much important. Right. That's enough of that. So now, today, I was thinking, what if I put my comments, my price action comments, onto the trading system from the last video? So, I have the same chart, same notes still on it. I don't trade this particular instrument on this chart, so it should be fine. Right. Let's see what we get. I'm just gonna close this because I get confused. Lock this. Right. So we have, right, something like this. All right, that's better. Okay, so we had the first trade. Let's zoom in a bit. I'm sure you can see this. Started off here. So the idea was put trades between the lines. This line, the 50, this line, the 20, both weighted moving average. The fast one shifted 3 and the slower one not shifted. And it's just a moving average, right? Anyway, so we see price has been going down, right? So I could outline some things that I see on the chart. We see this area here and this area here. So let me do this. So in my mind, this is what I see initially. These two together, right? And then price reacts again here. So with this and this, they react together. Same thing happens again here, 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 and here. So, right. And then we go lower, we go back all the way here. We go to the same level. We go back. We go pretty much to the same level. So this should be okay. And because we only got here, the entry on this position is what I took. I don't really like this particular trade, but yeah, it's a mechanical system, and the idea is to follow the system regardless of news, regardless of yeah, what happens in the market, regardless of events, etc. It's a mechanical system. As a trader following a mechanical system, the only idea is just to follow the particular rules, and there are no rules for news in this system, right? So yeah, okay, so that's pretty much this one, right? We can leave that on. Now as price came back, something weird happened here, and I think it's just a bit confusing, so let's remove this, let's move this. Right. So now we are here, right? Price went up and down. Did we take a long here? No, because it's outside of the lines, yes. And I added something. Ah, I see, yes. I added a long here for the pin, I think. Yeah, for this pin combination with the red, perhaps. In between the lines. So the lines point up, and you know this will happen in chop. If we zoom out, this is a pretty choppy area, right? We don't know that. We know it after the trade is done. But in chop, if you follow moving average crossover system, you'll be chopped up. So it doesn't work too well. Anyway, yeah, So it was along here, stop was here. Previous areas, this is something, I don't outline it, but this definitely. And this same, so all these three together, right? There was a box here, I didn't see that. Right, all these three together, 1, 2, 3, and this respected that. So pretty much, I think I had the stop here, just above it. I'm not sure why I have boxes here. Let's remove the boxes. And there's a box here. Okay. So I'm not sure. So it was a long, right? It didn't work out. And this would have been something that perhaps would have worked out. Yeah. Moving on. Here is something else. I'm not sure why I took this trade. Plus 20. Well, it had to be because the price action symbol touches the lines somehow. I suppose it's either this green and this red, or perhaps it's this red spike here. So I didn't actually watch the previous video, just to familiarize myself with this. These are my price action thoughts added on top of the system, right? So if you look at this, let's move this for now here. This pin, this nice rejection, right? We did go up, stop, close to Harami formation, went back up again, and now nice pin, nice rejection. That's what I see. So if I think the force is down, this definitely reinforces that. So this would have been a nice entry, and a stop would be nice to put over here. I suppose if we touch this, I would lock the trade, and I would probably aim for these, because as previously 1, 2, 3 and this area are important, and if we are short from here, if we touch the area like this, which pretty much happened here, right, I would lock the trade and I would automate that. But if I see also, yeah, if I see this doji, this kind of pin, I mean, there are 3 dojis here close on the same place, pretty much on the chart. That also would tell me to lock it, because 3 dojis very close to a locking point area, and I will lock the trade. That means pretty much if I had, if I was short from this area, right here, and if price touched here, so all this thickness here, and then price ran away and stopped here, I would probably put my stop here in the lower range of the thickness, right? And then that way I have some cushion, and also yeah, the trade can move on, go back and go up or whatever, right? Yeah, I think I mentioned several times that I would like for this system to have a filter of at least risk 1 to gain 3 or risk 1 to gain 4 or something like this. Yeah, so pretty much if we look at this here, right, let's say it's the red pin, I'm not sure what actually was the signal, and we'll move this to here. Let's say we entered here, stop was here, just above this formation, pretty much. You see 260, 100, this is 2.5 times, this is 430, so this is probably 4 here, and looks like a nice target to me. So that would probably be the target. And as you see, if I was targeting this bottom here, I think I would be stopped out. If I plus the take profit, like just into like the zone of the bars, maybe I would get the take profit. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter though, because once here, once locked, like this perhaps, right? Price comes to this level, price stops here, I would do nothing, right? Price comes to here, some kind of spinning top, okay, that's cool, that's close to my level, never mind, Price comes even lower and forms the harami with the spinning top. And this is a breaking formation, as I mentioned several times. So this means price went all the way down. This green candle, green thick, went up, went down, and stopped in the middle somewhere. Indecision combined with force going down. So price stopping, force of price stopping, right? Now, if we take that into consideration, what I would like to do in a trade. So at this point, let's say we are exactly here at this green bar. I know my take profit is here. Maybe it's super close. It doesn't have to be this particular chart, and this chart here, the green, to this area. I mean, we're talking 1 or 2 pips. Maybe I would just outright close it. I wouldn't, however. But it's just 1 pip in this example. But trading on a larger chart, we might be talking about many more pips. Or if you place a percentage-based system, yeah, that's another issue. However, my point is, we have a locked trade, few pips here. I mean, the risk we risk, if we risked 1 here, 1 return, and if we locked it here, we have a half locked in. We have the price all the way down to the lower level. We have a breaking formation. Price action is telling me, okay, the force going down has stopped. What do I do? Right, I do this. Let's move the stop to this, I think here, because this formation engulfing power up at the previous area, these formations together, all the spinning tops, all the other thickness of the bars. Here we had power moving. Here we had power moving somewhat, perhaps somewhat less. And here we have some balance. So this is important, or this was important, and that is why I would move my stop to this place. And as you see, it's probably over 2R back on the trade. And that would probably, yeah, maybe 1 pip, maybe not. If I see it on the chart, if I lock it, if I take it, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's something that I would do, right? So pretty much, I often look at price and look at how does the actual bars look, what happens on the chart. And I have mentioned several times before, there's a very nice game for Android. It's quite unknown. It's called something like Forex game or whatever, and there are several called Forex game. This is way down in the list, and what you are given is open, high, low, close bars, such as these, and you pretty much let me just check. Yeah, we pretty much only get the bars, and we have the chance to advance 1 bar, and then we have the chance to move the stop, enter or close a position. That's it. And this game, I played it a lot, and I tell people often, just practice with that if you don't have charts, and try to make profit with it. Because this reading the bars or tape or what people call it, I'm not sure, understanding how the bars move does make a lot of difference. So moving on, let's leave that for now. So there was another entry here, -5 with price action again. I would probably lock this and exited this for just plus scratch break even, because let's have a look. Moving this to the side. So the harami formation with the doji was probably what I entered for. Between the lines, as the rules state, and going down, we have a previous area here, and so stop is close to that, right? The result this time was -5, and I believe this was a target. Now, notice how this bar, this pin, rejects the pin itself on the bar. Can we make this bigger? We can make this bigger. Great stuff. The pin itself goes into this previous candle formation. And so it rejects this signal. I don't want to be short here. It's not much of a profit on the table, however, so I might, let's grab the line. If I was short with this line here, I would probably just put it here and leave it to see what happens. Right. So, okay, now moving on, and we exited for scratch. What else? Some trade here. This was also yes. This zero chance. These fat big lines. Probably some news event or something happened in the market. We're out. Yeah, that's that. Nothing more to say about that. One sec. All right. So we have the entry, and yeah. It's pretty weird trade to enter if we just look at the plane, only the bars, right? The system says we enter here. The bars tell me I'm not entering here. Pretty much. We are flat up to this point. We don't have these lines, right? So we see basically this. We are flat going upwards. Entering here? No. Stop would have to be here, and pretty much not much of a reward possible on the table. Also, if I was entering here, this is where the power was. So pretty much, if I enter here, I would have to have my stop below, at least here or below this, meaning the risk to reward on this would be probably close to 1 or lower. So that wouldn't be interesting for me to pick up. Either that or the other filter, like at least 1, 3, 1, 4, would remove this from the chart. So that's pretty much it. And as happened, something happened and we got out. Let's put this back here. Let's zoom it, move it a bit. And this flat action, nothing much to say about it. If I was trading price action, this is a huge rejection. It's pretty strong and it aligns with pretty much all of these previous, this thickness. It pretty much aligns with this area, meaning anything that shows up in this area afterwards is good for long, right? That's what I initially think when I see this. So this proves something is strong to me. This thing, either this pin or this formation is a sign for me to enter long. However, if I'm like long from here, I would have to have my stop like at here, this place, right? So or maybe we could say, okay, let's aim for 2. Let's aim for 2. We'll make it 2, right? Even if I cheat, right? Let's aim for 2, 2.5. Okay, fine, great. Price creates higher area and just goes sideways. And there's not much here to tell me that we are out. And we would probably be killed anyway. But if this was more clear, we went up, down, back up, and these pins on another time frame, there would be a gap here, signals going down, going back up, and here these pins would probably tell me to lock the trade, not on this time frame, however. And we went down and I outlined the area from the pin, and I thought, yeah, something here might be interesting. Price went down, went back up, not all the way there. I might have added a trade here, so we could do this. Right, to the lower end of the area, or to the pin. Let's move it to make it easy to see. So I just, yes, the lower box, end of the box is at the edge of the spike. So, right, if I entered on this engulfing, there wouldn't be enough risk to reward for this trade. So I wouldn't enter. But it's a bit, the bars are a bit cramped up. Maybe something, right? And then we go up, we go down another lower level. We go back up again. Okay, cool. This box illustrates how the low and some kind of low are still in play somehow. And we go into the area, and as the stop was placed, it wasn't hit and the target was hit. So yeah, perhaps I could, I mean, there's no real short signal. Here's a signal, nice, right? Engulfing, green plus red, engulfing, right? We would have to have a stop like above the box at least, or maybe like this. So usually I look at the size of bars. These bars are this high, this high, this high, this high. So the distance is, I know there are many boxes now. Can we do, no we cannot. Let's say this square. Yeah, so this square represents in height the average size of a bar. So if I want to enter short here, I have to add the size of a bar on top of it. So probably have to add like go here. So there's not much of risk to reward in this place. Although it would be hit, it wasn't there. So nothing would happen there. Right. And this trade again. Harami, I would not enter short on Harami. And no real signal. However, price moved back down into the area, back down to the low, back up into the area, held it, went back into the area, and then later rejected. And here we have the continuation of this area. So many spikes here, many lower spikes. And one could, a beginner could say, oh, but this is, this looks like pins. Let's trade them for long. Again, the risk to reward would not be there. Even if we entered on this thing, we put the stop here. I mean, we have two, right? But we need to think about where the power is. And the power is actually not in this area. The power is below here, at least here, and probably a little bit more. And as you see, there's not risk to reward there. To make it work, we would need to, yeah, something like this. At least 260 in this range, yeah, targets. And meaning we would have to enter here somewhere. And there's no real signal there. Maybe this. Maybe this thing. And no, not even that. So there's no real signals here. Okay, moving on. Adjusting the size. So we have the lower rejection. The area goes to the side. Yeah, we stopped here. Interesting. No real entry. We have the above area, and we go to the side. Price comes way lower down, back up. Doji, interesting. Goes back up. And we have a Harami, and we have some price action signals. So this is not a short, this is a Harami formation. These are also indecision formation, and the spinning top is also an indecision, and this pin is also, it's more like a short. So either this thing with a stop about the high and perhaps a bit more, aiming for the recent low 261. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Or this green probably be decent as well. Above the high, yeah, aiming for this, and there's like 3-1 potential for that. It ended up decently. Yeah. So price went back down again, and we see force, we see Harami, Harami, and power back into the area. And yeah, maybe somebody would enter on this on a reverse of the previous trend. Yeah, you go for that. Now, yeah, we have the area back here. No signal here from the system, because signals have to be in between the lines, right? So we have the area here, we have the area here, nothing really. Yes, here is a signal, or as I stated several times, we don't go long on Harami, but the system, okay. So here, 260 above that. Previous high is here, probably target was here. Stop was here. Right, so another thing that I want to mention as well. Let me zoom out a bit. So we are long here, right? At the point of taking the trade, we don't really have something on the chart that looks like a target. If we zoom in that much, what we could do is we could actually measure the force move, right? I'm just using the box to measure the size. We could do this, right? Pretty much this box man. So the box, the height of the box represents the pulse up. It probably matches something going down as well. In the downstroke, we have this power. See? Again, we go down. See? Same length. Now, when we go up, so we went this far, if I didn't see a target, I could measure the move like this, so, and just add it and say, okay, maybe I'll just add it on top of this. Now in this case, it didn't go there, but you see the move. It's similar. Notice how the pulse goes up, and when it finally goes back up again, we have a similar range. Let's measure it in pips. Maybe that's better, easier to see. Actual pips. So the top was here to here. We have 25.5, and from here to the absolute top, 31. Yeah, 31.6. Similar, close. Right. So price often moves in these pulses, right? Retracements as well, if we don't change the amount of force, and that happens in the market as well. But you know, when the market gets into a groove, it keeps going. Anyway, so I don't remember where the target really was, but yeah, probably here, and we hit that. So in between the lines, the system doesn't say to do anything, and to be honest, I wouldn't short into this either. I wouldn't go long in here either. It's not really obvious where the power is, and we are a bit far away from the power area, right? And then we go back up, and yeah, right, this thing. Long from here, and thinking that this is strong, and stop below it, stop below this area. No, that didn't work out. There was nothing much to say about it. We didn't really have a chance to lock the trade, and that's pretty much that. Later, price went all the way back down. We have Harami stopping here, and we have red down, star, and green up. This is a morning star formation with these three. If this is the low, if this has power, and this has power because we had a low, we went back high, we went down, we went to a higher level, meaning this had enough power to create a higher level. So this is strong, and I'm just illustrating this on the chart, but these things happen in my mind just instantly, right? And if you look at the charts a lot, you will start seeing these things as well. So, right. If we were long from this formation, we would have to have our stop below this, below the low, and I mean, yeah, some small gap, right? Maybe I would be like this perhaps, and I would probably target this thing. Probably hard target here. So it's like 3 times, right? It did go there, I think. If we would get all the profits, looks like it actually. Price went down like this, and we along here, right? We stopped here for a bit. Went down, back up, stop. So this particular area, we stopped here for a little bit. And so this has some significance, this area. And as we reach the area again, what do you think I will do? We return back to an area that has power. Of course, I want to make sure that we don't lose what we risked initially. So let's make the trade a bit stronger, right? So we entered initially here at the line, and price moved away all these green lines all the way up, right? But we had a thick like box. We ended up with a kind of a box, right? And I would probably push my stop up to the edge of this box like this, locking some of it. Not many pips, but maybe half of what I risked is now. So it's plus 0.5 or something likely, right? And we get to this place, and then after that, yeah, we get to this place. And if we don't initially reach the target and I'm already stopped, I might trail the stop behind the next ladder move, because this thickness again repaired like this, and we see the doji spinning top with this upside down spike, with the doji, with another doji, and the engulfing. I mean, this is just telling me power is down, right? And if I don't trail this to this level at least, I might just exit it, or if we hit the take profit, we might hit it, we might not. That depends on the platform, and it depends on the accounts being traded, because it's not, I mean, sometimes the spread is bigger and we don't reach the target. And if I really think price is going down, I don't want to be here, because I have like 1.6. Oh, at this point I have 1.6, and there's like 4 times on the there's money on table, right? I'll just move it to here, just below the formation, to really make sure that whatever happens, I get the bag, yeah. And that's, I think, all the trades, or all the things I went over. Yeah, I will leave you with these thoughts, and another day, more price action. Keep watching.